guys, Nick here. You're listening to the official podcast of 4PlayerNetwork.com, a weekly live show about video games. We're proud to say that we've been at this since 2008 and have remained 100% independent since day one, and that means you'll never have to hear a sponsored ad on this show. So if you want to support what we do, all we ask is that you consider making our silly little show part of your weekly rotation. You can tune in when we record these episodes live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time on twitch.tv/4playerpodcast, all spelled out. If that's not your thing, though, you can also subscribe to the show on your preferred podcast service, join our community Discord at discord.gg/4player, or, if you're so inclined, send us a couple bucks a month on Patreon. And that's it for shameless self-promotion. Time to talk about the latest and greatest in the world of video games. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to 4Player Podcast. This is episode 866. It is March 5th, 2026. I am your host, Nick Henderson, joined tonight by Brad Simons.
Hello.
Christopher Guthridge.
Hello.
And Christopher Davis.
Hello.
Who is on the struggle bus this evening with allergies. So, you know. Guys, it's been about 2 weeks since we last recorded a show, so there's a lot to cover tonight. A lot of fun stuff to talk about, considering Resident Evil Requiem is out in the wild. 3 out of 4 of us have played it, so we'll have a lot to talk about. Not to mention, there's been a lot of news headlines that we're going to talk about. So, like, I'm not sure how this is going to fall in terms of like first segment, second segment. We're going to kind of play it by ear because that Resident Evil conversation is going to probably take a while. But we're going to talk about the foiled Bluepoint remake of Bloodborne, which is a kind of surprising twist. And that also kind of relates to some other big news coming out of Sony that they've suddenly backpedaled on their decision to do PC ports of their exclusive titles. So, that just happened like a couple days ago, I believe. So this is
PC ports of their non-multiplayer games.
Yeah, their first-party single-player exclusives. So games like Horizon or Ghost of Yotei or whatever.
Makes no fucking sense, but okay.
We'll talk about it. And there's also been some leadership shakeups at Xbox, but that's, we'll get to that down the road. I definitely want to get to this Resident Evil conversation first. But before we do that, I just want to remind everybody that there's the new 4Player Network website is out. It's up there. We are still working on our Game of the Year videos for 2025, but I saw my final cut of mine just the other day. So there's at least one of them done. Chris Davis is obviously doing his thing and working hard on it, and we're very appreciative of that. But keep your eyes peeled. We'll get those out to you as soon as we can.
I keep forgetting to do mine.
You should do that this weekend.
Yeah,
you're the one doing the weird thing, but hopefully the one that's easier, maybe, possibly. I don't know. That's kind of Chris Davis's...
I'm just gonna turn everything on and talk, but I mean that's kind of what I always do. It'll be fine. It'll be a little bit different from Brad this year. Chris Davis claims that there's no footage of Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo, which has me wondering if I've ever talked about it on the podcast now.
I think you have. I just don't know where the footage is. I think you named it differently than just Pipistrello. So I got to go looking for it.
I can tell you with 100% certainty.
Did I call it Mina at home? Did I call it Mina at home? I called it Mina at home for a while. Okay.
I could see Brad doing something like that. But anyways, we'll get to the bottom of that later off the show. We have a lot to talk about tonight. I also just do want to quickly mention this because this is coming up in the community in Discord at discord.gg/4player. If you're not there, you should join. I've been communicating with Tack. Shout out to Tack, who is going to be putting together a community competition in the virtual photography channel. I think the goal is to start that on March 20th. So we'll keep everybody abreast of that. But if you're into virtual photography, if that's like a big thing, we have a channel for that in Discord, and we're going to be hosting a giveaway of sorts and contest. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But anyways, yeah, let's get to it, guys. Fucking Resident Evil Requiem's out.
No icebreaker?
And we've been playing it. No, icebreaker. Okay. I only have one icebreaker tonight, so I'm going to do it in the second segment.
Okay, all right.
My icebreaker was, how was Scream 7, bro?
With that said, I will say anybody who is in chat, who is a subscriber on Twitch, if you want to go submit a new question, while we're recording, I'll keep an eye on it, and maybe we'll have 2. But anyways, you really want to talk about Scream 7? I'll do it.
Just give
We'll
give
do
us
it.
a quick.
We should
quick
talk
little-
about movies a little bit. Yeah, talk about Scream 7. Is it bad?
I loved it, but
Oh, Nicholas.
The answer is yes.
no. Look. I
Is
mean,
it
there was
supposed to be bad?
dude, there was very little. There was like no world.
Oh.
There's like no world in which I was not going to like it. I'm going to be fully open about that. But I will also say, I am a huge fan of this series, and I do recognize a very important fact, which is any Scream movie is only as good as its ending. If the ending underwhelms, it can kind of bring down the rest of it, because that's what you're there for. It's a whodunit. You're trying to get to the end of that, and if that reveal at the end kind of like disappoints you, it can kind of sour the rest of it. And I think that's a lot of what's happening right now in the reviews. Because I will say, outside of the ending, this is maybe one of my new favorite Scream movies. The ending is one of my least favorite endings of the entire series.
Really? Like, as far as
That last one's ending
ghost
was pretty
faces,
bad.
or
I mean, no,
just
I
the
mean,
whole thing?
the thing is, you can't really delve into it without spoiling it, and that is like the one thing I would never want to spoil for anybody who is going to see it.
That's
But
fair.
like the things that I care about, the things that I was there for as a longtime fan of the series, it delivered on. I loved it.
David Arquette.
David Arquette, dude. The one we were waiting to come back was the.
Didn't he die like 2
I'll be
movies
right
ago?
back.
He died in Scream 5.
Yeah, I see.
Fucking Shaggy. Shaggy's the one we wanted to come back. So no comments.
I'm not.
Mm.
Gonna
I think we
comment.
heard rumors that Shaggy was back. Or
5
something.
is the one I watched, right? That's the one where Billy, what's his face, is like
Ghost
Obi-Wan
Billy. Yeah.
Kenobi.
Yeah.
The ending,
Yeah.
the ending to the last one was.
Yeah.
I love Scream 6.
But did you like the ending? Is my question.
I liked the spectacle of it, like the actual like set piece of it. I thought it was fantastic. But
Sure.
I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. I will say this:
no.
I have a very clearly defined like Scream ranking in my mind, and
Oh, can you give us the numbers real quick? That's all I care about. The numbers.
from worst to best, or best to worst.
Worst to best.
Worst to
don't care.
best. 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 1, 2. I love 2.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
One is the
2?
classic. One is the classic. I will always love the original
this
Scream,
is-
but
this-
Scream
Wait,
2 is
wait.
my favorite.
This is the guy who
Scream
doesn't
2
really
is your
like
favorite.
Scream
Star
2 is my
Wars
favorite.
Episode 7.
That's not that. That is
Or
not that
Episode
controversial.
4.
It's not.
No, I mean, Scream 1 is a classic, and I love it to death.
You make it sound like a black and white Universal era horror film or something. Come on, man. Classic.
I'm giving you my honest to God answer. 2
That's
is my
fair.
favorite, but
Who's the one? That's crazy. No,
That's
I respect
I
it.
mean,
Can I talk about
Oh, go ahead.
No,
I'm done
no.
talking about Scream. I'm
Oh,
done.
I was gonna say I want to talk about the movie that I saw. I went to theaters
Uh-huh.
and I watched Nirvana, the band.
talking
the show last week.
Oh, shit.
You
How
can't
how
talk
is
about
that?
this.
Dude, it's so good. it's so funny. Like I was kind of blown away, and like they do things in that movie that you're like, oh, they faked that. Like they had to have faked that because that's crazy. And then you watch them talk about how they did it, and it's like, oh, less of that was fake than I wanted to be fake. Like than I was hoping was fake. Like,
Is this a movie
I
that
don't
is
know.
going to like really trigger my like cringe?
No.
No? It's kind of hard to gauge watching a trailer for it.
No. I mean, it is offbeat for sure. Like it is, but it's not like what's funny about it isn't. I mean, it's a couple of like oblivious losers trying to make their dreams come true. So I mean, that is a little
With a time
cringe, I
machine, right?
guess. That-
Let's not.
Yeah,
you
let's
know,
not do that.
It's good.
But,
Everyone says it's good. It's only in theaters though.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah.
So I have not seen it.
So you recommend it?
It's not bad. It's really good.
It's not bad. It's really good.
It's really
Okay.
funny. It's really, really funny. And like, you don't really need to know anything about the like web series that it's based on, because they did a web series in like 2008, and then they did a TV version of it for Vice for like a season in like 2017. And then they did this movie, and for whatever reason, I don't know, they just made this crazy ambitious, like very inventive, unusual, very funny movie, and it's crazy.
Sweet.
Oh, they did 2 seasons on Vice. Yeah, it's great. I can't remember the last time I was just kind of like laughing like that in a movie theater.
Sweet. Okay, that sounds.
Someone didn't watch The Naked Gun.
That's true. I didn't watch the Naked
I
Gun,
haven't, but I still want to
don't know,
watch that.
maybe.
No, I have watched
Comedy.
it. It's actually fine.
I'm being told comedy is legal again.
Yeah, I'm trying to. That Naked Gun didn't deserve that, but that was the first thing that came to my head. It was fun.
On the movie front, I'm going to see the Peaky Blinders movie on Saturday. I'm pretty excited for that.
I have never even seen a second of that. Like I've never seen a promo. I've seen GIFs of Cillian Murphy.
Just finished.
That's all I know of Peaky Blinders.
I just finished rewatching the entire series, and I think it is. I can now say I think this is probably in my top 5 shows of all time. Fucking incredible. I think the first time I watched it, because it was like, I don't know, it was a long time ago. It was years ago. I think I was I don't know. I wasn't as into like the politics of the situation, so I feel like I was kind of like not picking up a lot of what's going on in the story. And this time I watched it and I was like, I understood what the fuck was happening, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually fucking amazing.
Yeah, that feels like a kind of show where the politics.
Yeah,
yeah, you really got it. I mean, I think when I first watched it, because they did it so sporadically, like they did like they had like sometimes had like 2 or 3 years in between seasons when they were filmed it or whatever. Yeah. So it's been going for a long time. And when I first started watching it, I was there for like, oh, it's like a dark like crime kind of focused story, and I was less interested in like politics just in general at the time. And now, being an adult who has now who's now more woke and truly understands like the implications of politics.
Now that you fucking woke up,
he got his ancestry.com results back or whatever. Now he's part Irish. That's where the red.
Now he's got skin in the game. Now he's got state. These are my people.
Man, but seriously, if you should watch that show. It's fucking excellent.
Crazy.
Anyways, we need to get down to business. We're here to talk about video games.
Okay. I want to ask. We don't have to really like have the discussion, but like, did we talk about Night of the Seven Kingdoms like after it had finished?
We talked about
after it finished. No,
when we were playing demos last week or whatever, right? Isn't that what we were doing?
Anyway, it totally stuck the landing. It's great.
I do know somebody requested in our Discord that we set aside a segment for specifically you and Brad to nerd out about Game of Thrones in general.
Nick, you finished the show, right? Like you finished Night of the Seven Kingdoms, right?
I haven't started Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
6 episodes, Nick. Oh, okay.
I don't have HBO right now.
Right now? What is he waiting to come back? What are you waiting for?
Look, we've had this conversation a few times, and it's like my wife and I made strategic decisions about like, okay, we're gonna stop doing this thing where we subscribe to every streaming service out there, and we're gonna do them like
don't worry, they're all merging
chunks.
into one. So
I know
you won't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah,
I'm paying for Paramount Plus right now like a fucking moron.
I just finished Return of the Mummy, the Goosebumps book.
Night of the Living Dummy. Or no,
Return of the Mummy.
Return of the Mummy. Yes.
I don't know if that's what. I mean, they literally just go into like pyramids and like mummies come to life and shit, right? Which was kind of hype, right? Adventure. But like, I was thinking, like, is Robin like into mummy stuff, like in general, like, or is she just into like the Brendan Fraser mummy? It got me thinking, like, would this be her favorite Goosebumps book?
I don't think it's. I don't know. I think she just has a love affair with that movie. I mean, she doesn't like. She's like, I've convinced her I really want to go see that new horror movie coming out, Lee Cronin's The Mummy, which has no similarities to the Brendan Fraser film, obviously. And she's down to watch that. So she will absolutely 100%. She refuses to watch the Tom Cruise movie with the Mummy.
But yeah, but I mean that's refuses. Really bad.
She won't even watch the third Mummy movie, the one with Brendan Fraser.
The Dragon King?
Yeah.
Well, that one's supposedly no longer canon, so it's okay.
Yeah, which is fine, but like I think it has more to do with
the canon.
The canon. They didn't make anything after that, did they?
They're making the Mummy 4 now.
Yeah.
Oh.
But apparently they're going to treat the Mummy 3 like it never happened.
They were waiting for Brendan Fraser's star to come back.
They were waiting for the Brendan Fraser renaissance that we're currently living in.
Well, they're replacing Rachel Weisz in it, so.
No, what?
No. How does...
No. Wait. Back up. That's not true.
That's not true?
Rachel Weisz is signed on for the Mummy 4.
You know that Chris Davis will just say things, Nick. You don't have to
then what was...
They replaced Rachel Weisz in The Mummy 3, which is why
that's
Robin
what it was.
It.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
With a Dunning-Kruger level of confidence.
When did The Mummy 3 come out?
What is Robin's opinion
2007?
on Doom?
We're never going to talk about fucking...
Why do you know that?
Wait. What was Crispy's question?
What is your wife's opinion, Robin's opinion, on Doom Patrol?
She's never watched it. I've watched it. Not all of it.
If you're trying to take in the Brendan Fraser canon, you have to watch Doom Patrol.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. My wife has she doesn't like go down the rabbit holes with she doesn't find something that she loves and then just I gotta watch all of them, or she has very specific. She's like, I love The Mummy. The 1999 masterpiece starring Brendan Fraser.
How'd she feel about the second one?
She likes it, but whatever. Guy, we need to move on.
Yeah, but Brendan Fraser has a wife and kid in that movie, so what's to like,
I get it.
I think my problem with Mummy 2 has more to do with the awful CGI of the Scorpion King. It was pretty bad.
He's only into that monkey bone, you know what I'm saying?
No, what about the part where he gets stabbed and then Imhotep comes in from off screen and is like, no, pointing at where he got stabbed.
Yeah,
it's pretty classic.
I love it.
Actually.
Anyway, Resident Evil, huh?
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Have never been higher.
Resident Evil Requiem is out, and
Leon Kennedy has experienced full twink death. He's now a bearded murder dad. And the zombies are still coming.
All true, I suppose.
Actually correct, yeah.
I don't know where we want to start this conversation.
Is not front and center in this game, though. He is the supporting character.
Well,
in Resident Evil Requiem.
So before we get too far, we are going to try to avoid story spoilers, but whatever. But there are kind of the big thing with Resident Evil Requiem, and the reason why I think it's reviewing so well, and it is that it kind of brings the two styles of Resident Evil games that we've gotten to know over the past few years, i.e., the kind of slower horror based first-person horror of Resident Evil 7 with the Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5 style action with Leon. But I've played about 9 hours of this game so far, and to your point, Brad, I am at a point now where I feel there are two distinct games inside this game. You spend a lot of time. You spend a lot of time with Grace. A lot more than I was expecting, and there's a few points where you jump back and forth between Leon, but Leon eventually gets his own whole side. It's almost like the 2-disc situation, but without the second disc.
Yeah.
Can I say
old
that
style and new style Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, sort of.
Yes.
I will say I think the Grace stuff is as good as classic Resident Evil has ever been.
I agree.
Honestly, probably, and I think the Leon stuff is not as good as action Resident Evil has ever been.
But you have extremely high. I mean, a lot of people do, I suppose.
Everyone does. Everyone loves the same games, right? There's RE4, but even like RE5 and like Resident Evil 2 like remake is more like classic, but like what am I thinking of? Like Village, right? Like the so should we start with Grace? Like, I kind of want to talk about Leon actually.
Okay, well, first of all,
because Grace is more interesting.
You kind of hinted that you just got to the point in the game where you've made the transition. You're switched over to Leon.
No. Like I got to like Leon's like his style of like upgrading, right? Like for a large portion of the story, Grace's story, you're playing just like Leon segments here and there. Now I'm in the Leon part of the game where he's doing his own like upgrades. I was actually really concerned, like, is Leon gonna have like why am I not like upgrading weapons and stuff like I did in all of the other games? But I am starting to get into some of that, and it's a little weird how they're introducing it, how they introduced it, how it's set up. I kind of miss just like going to a merchant and like choosing my stuff here and there.
Is that the crux of it? Is that there's no merchant?
No,
so it's
no. It's there's a lot more to it. Like I think like so far, and again, I'm just kind of like running around Raccoon City, doing stuff there. I feel like the Leon stuff is like the encounter design is not as inspired as like the best of like Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 5 or like even like there's like some good like rooms, some good level design here and there, but like some encounter design in Resident Evil 4 and 5.
Have you done the thing? Have you done the thing with like the collapsed building and the windows?
Maybe not yet. I mean, like, I'm relatively early. I'm saying like up to this point, right? Like when you first play as Leon in the game, there's that whole like chainsaw bit, and that's really cool. That reminds me of like the best of action Resident Evil. But after that, like I have not had anything that like stacks up to like the best encounter design of like action style Resident Evil. And not just like Resident Evil 4 and 5, but even like Village and 7 had some like really good like encounter design. Like I'm getting into like the sand zombies or whatever and stuff, right? And like it's not quite like 10 out of 10 Resident Evil, which Resident Evil has been 10 out of 10 before in the action side of things.
All I'm
and
saying
I know there's more, and I know it's going to get better, but hopefully.
I at this point I've played about 4 or 5 hours of Leon's campaign, maybe it's more like 3 hours. I don't know. But there are because like the first area which is kind of what you're seeing in the footage here, is this kind of like semi-open area where you can kind of go satisfy a few objectives. And it's more about kind of like building atmosphere and just getting to a few skirmishes here and there.
Yeah.
But like,
it's those skirmishes that are like pretty forgettable.
But I'm also like I'm the person who like loves the pacing. Like the fact that you spend like 30 minutes just kind of like walking through the ruins of like Raccoon City and like you encounter almost nothing, no like pushback from like enemies or whatever. It's just like this is creepy. Like I was totally into that. There's no music to speak of. All you can hear is like the fucking like
in a game where you play as Grace. I wouldn't call that creepy. Creepy's on the other side of the coin. I was just kind of like, this is whatever.
To
me, I was a little
like,
I want to fight some things, please. Because
I know, and
that's what I'm here. That's what I want Leon for, right?
And that's where we're different. I mean, I want that stuff too, and I'm saying you definitely get that stuff. There are some crazy set pieces in the second half.
Okay. So
now
it gets better. The Leon stuff is better.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose is what I'm trying to say.
Like the first handful of encounters with the sand people or whatever, and they're like, some of them are like throwing shit at me, and like it doesn't feel as, like the encounter designs just seem kind of whatever. And I like how he can like, has his axe and can sharpen his axe, but everything feels like a little arcadey. Like it not arcadey. It feels like it doesn't feel as like weighty and as deep as like a game that would like be complete, like a completely Leon focused or action focused game. Well, like I feel like them putting 2 games in one, one had to like somewhere they had to give a little bit, and I feel like to me that's been in the Leon segments so far. And I'm not just talking about like the balance of the two. I'm talking about in terms of like I said, I think Grace is the best of classic Resident Evil. I don't think the Leon stuff has been the best of action Resident Evil. And you know, it doesn't mean I'm not having a good time. Maybe it's just like sand zombies are kind of stupid, but like, you know, I don't know.
You know they're not. You keep saying sand zombies. You know they're not sand zombies, right? Well, they're literally just really old zombies that are still in the city from raccoons.
You know what I'm saying? They come out of the sand.
They're just
come out of the dirt.
Old, dusty.
I'm not talking about the lore. You know what I'm talking about when I say sand zombies.
You're painting a very specific picture for people who are listening to this.
They come out of the sand. They are mummy adjacent.
Yes. Sorry, Chris Davis, you were trying to say something.
So I think part of the issue with the common encounters as Leon in this portion of the game, and granted, I'm in the next area after this, the next big transition area. I think it's because in Resident Evil 4 in the remake, the enemies were a lot more dynamic. Like you were actually targeting their feet to knock the legs out of them, and in 2. The 2 remake, you could do a little bit of that. I'm not feeling like you could really do that at all in these sequences. Like it's just,
and it's not just that, but it's also the play space. Like in Resident Evil 4 and 5, the environment is like so much more like contextual stuff, interactive. Like you're hopping over more stuff. You're like knocking down ladders and back and like barricading doors. And like even when you're not like trapped in like a little house, like everything feels a lot more like contextually like dynamic, like the level design of the spaces for the encounters is better, and the way that you and the enemies respond to that is better.
It's also that like their animations are considerably more grabby. It feels like when you would encounter a zombie, like there is like a certain threshold of feet, like 3 or 4 feet away, in which they engage their charge mechanic. But when that happens, like if you dodge that somehow, like the animation automatically almost engages again automatically. So like you don't really have room to really back up. I mean I try to parry, but like I guess I haven't used parry against just an enemy charging at me.
I've really only been parrying when it's like enemies coming at me with like a chainsaw or an axe or
that.
Like
you can weapon, parry like a lot.
Well then fuck, maybe I need to be focusing on getting better at parrying. I don't know. But I will say this. The set piece level design stuff does get better. I can't say for certain whether it's going to like hold up to like the very best of Resident Evil 4 overall.
Action Resident Evil, not just 4.
Or action.
Like, because there's really great stuff in a lot of those games. Not 6.
There are some really great set pieces in Leon's campaign. And this is the stuff that I don't think you're going to care about as much, but there is a certain subset of people that are. There is a lot of nostalgia bait in
You don't think me?
Leon's camp.
Resident Evil 2 is my favorite Resident Evil. Well, 4 is, but I mean my favorite classic.
Okay, well then you're right, but like I'm saying, like I don't know how much. I mean, maybe I'm just misjudging you, but to me, because it seems like when I got to, I don't think it's a spoiler just because it's in the fucking trailer. You eventually get to the police department.
Police station.
What? Yeah. Getting in. Wait, what? That was not a spoiler. You get into the police station, and like I knew it was coming, and I was like, oh my god, the fucking music. They brought back the fucking music from Resident Evil 2. And I was just like, and I was like walking around, and you're seeing all these things. You're seeing remnants of puzzles that you solved in Resident Evil 2.
Easy buddy.
I'm just like, that's the kind of shit where I was just like
it's like the puzzles are still there and they're still solved from when you played Resident Evil 2.
Stop it.
That's kind of fun.
See,
you're telling too much now. You're telling too much.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a question. Who recorded this footage?
Me. This is bad. This is.
Okay.
Is he
I'm doing
sucko?
poorly.
Is he sucko?
Okay. No.
I thought it'd be. I was like, at least if nothing else, it's at least bad in a funny way.
No.
What?
Okay. Can we get you an appointment
Can I
with an
tell-
optometrist or?
Can I tell you?
I kind of do need that. Yeah.
I want to move on to Grace, but I want to say
Yeah,
I bought and upgraded the silenced pistol with the red dot sight, and I fucking hate it. I want to sell it, and I want to get all my money back. The gun sounds like shit. I guess I underestimated. I mean, I play games where the silencers sound great. It don't sound great here, and like the red dot sight is actually a hindrance. I want it gone.
I removed that immediately after I bought it. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
The thing about this game that differs from 4 and 5, which also I think is part of that the feel, is that in this game, when you aim down sights in this game, it goes into full first person mode.
Yeah,
as opposed to Resident Evil 4, where it like brings it just over the shoulder.
They don't do a pushing over the shoulder.
I thought the red dot was going to be a laser. Damn it!
Yeah,
that's what I thought too. So like
you can turn off first person for the aiming. You can turn off first person for aim down sights.
Oh,
that's huge.
Everything.
I don't even know why.
You unequip the sight. You just do that.
But no laser.
No, they're saying you can go into the settings and turn it off.
No laser. But do you still get your reticle? Yeah, like this. What is this then?
I want to see my dot.
Not that. But you were just using a pistol, aim down sights like in Resident Evil 4.
Was I? Back up. I need to see the footage again.
It's very disorienting to actually.
Like, what is that?
Hold on. I don't.
Well, I mean, he's using a rifle right now.
It's only the scopes.
No. He just switched from a pistol, though.
Oh, you're talking about the Requiem. So, like, he has, from the very, very fucking beginning, he has, just like, he has like a signature sidearm that is like the most powerful weapon in the game. It will fucking
Leon's
just
so fucking cool. Leon's so
it's
cool.
just the fucking it's like the Magnum on steroids, and it will fucking just one shot most things. But obviously ammo is scarce, and you got to use them wisely. But like what I think this game kind of overall, we'll talk about Grace in a second, but like even in Leon's campaign is like it does a really good job of kind of like bringing back elements of this from throughout the series in new ways, but you could definitely see you get the reference. Like there are essentially Crimson Heads in this game from the Resident Evil 1 remake, but they're not Crimson Heads. They're more like zombies with they look like zombies with head crabs on them.
They're called blister heads.
They are Crimson Heads. I don't care about the lore. That's what they are. That's what they're channeling.
Yeah, they're head crabs.
But like,
it's cool.
It's Ravenholm. I get it. Okay.
They also have like.
So we should get into the Grace stuff.
Yeah, we should.
I think because the whole blood stuff is like such in Resident Evil remake or like Evil Within or something, you just set the zombies on fire and that was cool. But now they didn't want to just do that. Now you're crafting purple juice that will make the zombies explode. I'm like,
if anyone's ever seen
Blade,
the original Blade, the fucking thing, the syringes that make them blow up like balloons and pop, you have that in this game.
That is what's so weird about this game is that like it is like by far the scariest Resident Evil game I think I've played. And I think it does. Well, I mean, is that a hot take? Like when you're playing Grace, I think it's scarier than Resident Evil's like ever been.
I still think 7 is maybe the scariest.
I don't consider like super scary, right? I don't consider the series overall very scary, but
there are
like,
some that are scarier than others.
But I think the Grace stuff is like as scary as the series has ever been.
Oh,
and the truth is, it's also like so stupid. Like I'm saying like the villain and like the blood buckets and stuff. It's like y'all were so like if y'all made this a little more grounded, I think people would have like agreed with me. But I think if they don't agree with me, it's because there's a mad scientist and doctor running around and get the blood out of the buckets and make blood grenades. It's like fucking weird. Like I don't know why they did all that. Like they didn't need to do all that.
Wait a second.
Am I the only one that
the
thought
argument
that,
you're making?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm kind of surprised to hear that from you, Brad, because like you've always loved when Resident Evil is at
The
its fucking
campiness.
craziest.
No, but you understand what I'm saying. I'm saying like I would have
don't.
expected like the scariest Resident Evil to be like one that is less campy, less like over the top,
Oh,
like
it's definitely
insane
not.
with the lore. It's not. It's absolutely not. It's like some of the most insane Resident Evil has ever been, quite frankly. But like the boots on the ground, moment to moment with Grace is like really fucking like tense. Like I played that stuff very slow, first person only, of course. I mean, if you play as the Grace stuff in third person, you're just cheating. Like I think it completely ruins the experience.
I didn't even consider switching.
Like being able to like see around a corner because you're in third person breaks it completely. Like the whole tension of like how close you can hear the stuff, and like if I peek around this corner, will the zombie be looking at me, or will the thing be looking at me, or will it be looking in the other direction, or is it like walking out of the room, or is it walking into the room? If you could just like stand behind corners and like turn the camera, like it doesn't work. This is the whole like we were kind of hinting with Arc Raiders versus like Marathon or whatever. I don't really want to get into that yet, but like I wanted to do third person at first, but I realized like, oh, like it takes away all the tension. Like I can't do that. Like I want this to be a horror game, and it succeeded as a horror game. Now, I'm not like Nick or whatever. I don't play a lot of like sneak 'em up, PewDiePie, hide in locker slop, but like playing this kind of like in between, like almost like it reminds me of like how I played The Last of Us, right? Where like there you can sneak around, but like I play very fast and loose with the stealth in like a Naughty Dog game, and I kind of just use it when it makes sense. But I am like happy to go guns a blazing otherwise. And
I mean, I think that's definitely what's happening here, because like the whole Grace side of the campaign feels like kind of like Resident Evil 7, but also they've with way more combat. Like they've given you at times you almost feel like you're playing as like action side of Resident Evil. You have guns, you have lots of ammo for the not lots, but like you have, you know, a shotgun and a pistol that you use on. There's
shotgun?
Lots of zombies.
Like in the hospital?
You're not speaking.
I'm only referring to like the first half of the game, Grace stuff, where there's
that's what I'm saying. Like
Mr.
you are
X
still
types enemies, you know. Like
I know, but you're still sneaking. You're sneaking around a lot, but there's also lots of like I was killing lots of zombies as Grace with a gun, and then having to deal with combat scenarios as Grace. But just as much as I was doing that, I was also like sneaking around trying to avoid like the scarier enemies and
like the fucking singing zombie, like that shit horrifying, dude.
Yeah.
Like hearing that thing coming down the hall to me is like, you know, Mr. X is like scary, but it's almost kind of like cheesy. But this sort of tapped into like Fatal Frame type horror, which to me is like the scariest shit. With like these enemies, like all enemies are threatening when you're as Grace, but like having like more formidable enemies just like in the environment around, like I've been in that scenario of like I need to pick a direction, and am I going to go towards this chef, or am I going to go towards this tight corridor with two zombies? I don't know what to do, but my pistol ain't going to be able to like maybe it's been a little different for me because I have not been using the Requiem like at all as Grace. Like I basically like every Resident Evil game, I just don't ever touch the Magnum until a boss fight.
It's your get out of jail free card in this game,
dude. I whipped that thing out because Leon gives it to her early on in the game, so she has it. But
you have one bullet.
Like I didn't use it like at all, and then I ended up. Yeah, it's his gun. He gives it to her when they get separated.
Oh, so you're not like switching back and forth between them? It's just like
you do.
Not on the fly.
There's a few times, but
they're not in order.
No. Okay, listen. At the beginning of the game, the first like half, you are playing mostly as Grace. Occasionally, it switches over to see what's going on with Leon because their stories kind of like occasionally converge.
You're not even using save points in the Leon sequences.
Yeah, it wants to give you like a 5 or 10 minute break just to play as Leon for a little bit, then switch you back to Grace for an hour and a half.
You're playing mostly as Grace.
Yes, like 90% is Grace, and then a little
Not
bit
90,
of Leon,
but a
peppered
lot.
in.
Yeah, most for
And
sure.
then in the second half, it's all Leon in the second half. So like
it's so cool to like go back through the area as Leon though, like in the hospital, and be like, I was so afraid of this thing as Grace, but now I'm Leon, so I'm just gonna like fuck it up. Like that was
Clean
really
house.
satisfying as well.
Yeah.
Clean
Yeah.
house, yeah, for sure.
dude,
But
I
don't
didn't
know,
use the
like
Requiem as Grace for so long, and then something very large startled me, and I just happened to have it equipped at the moment because I was thinking
you
about
shot that thing.
something. I
talking about
shot that
big
thing.
boy.
I shot that thing 3 times with the Requiem, killed it.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
So like you killing that stuff and not just
I got an
trying to like
achievement for that.
exist in those environments, kind of changes the vibe maybe, because without the more formidable things that inhabit that hospital or whatever, it's not as like
I mean,
maybe not as tense.
I had already encountered that thing once, and I didn't see it coming the second time, and it startled me, and I just kind of reacted with the Requiem. So it wasn't really my intent, but it was cool to have that moment of like, I thought I was dead for sure. It had backed me into a corner, and I was just like praying. I was like, please kill it, and it died, and I was like, that's kind of cool.
So,
That's kind of like
if you killed that with Grace, does that mean you didn't kill it with Leon? I killed it with Leon, but like I thought it was like a. Wait a minute. Maybe we're talking about different.
Are we talking about Boss Baby or what are we talking about here?
Yeah, I thought we were talking
Boss
about
Baby.
Boss Baby.
Boss Baby.
You
I killed
that with Grace. So you did not have an encounter with Leon?
I don't think so. No.
Huh. Weird. Because for me, it was like a boss fight.
So what's up with these blood buckets?
So you the
I don't understand
when you're playing as Grace, there's buckets all over the place that are filled with like blood and viscera, and you have to take
puddles.
And puddles. And when you kill enemies, depending on where you shoot them, they'll bleed. And she pulls the blood into like a syringe, and then you can use the blood from the syringe. Don't ask me how, to combine with other things to craft items like.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna ask you now?
Yeah.
How?
How? I don't know. I don't know. You have to put it into like what do you call it? The thing that spins.
A blood machine.
Yeah.
A centrifuge?
Yeah, centrifuge. Like I don't know. It's dumb. But
How'd you
it's
feel
cool
about the...
because you do use it, like it does give you incentive to try and take out zombies and be strategic about how you shoot them, because if you shoot them in the extremities, like their arms or legs, before you kill them, they'll bleed more, which gives you the ability to craft more shit.
I didn't actually know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. If you go around like headshotting everybody and killing them in like 2 shots, you're only gonna get like 10 or 20 milliliters or whatever.
So you're
blood.
shooting to aim to maim, not to kill?
I mean, it gives you incentive to do that, but it's also a survival horror game, so like ammo is scarce.
Yeah,
so, like,
I mean that's the thing, is that there's the balance of like the blood is your upgrade currency for converting any scrap or stuff, but scrap is a finite resource on your map. So like you can only make so much ammo. You can only do so much with the blood that you have before you run out and you're just running around praying that you don't get caught.
I want a merchant. Give me a merchant. This thing is crazy.
But like the thing about the Grace content, at least for the first half of the game, is that that's where they introduced the blister head mechanic, to where any zombie that you kill on the map, the body remains there. And like the Crimson Heads in the original Resident Evil remake, like if you leave them alone, there's a percentage chance that they will wake up and pop as a blister head, and they will be twice as dangerous. And in fact, I don't think as Grace, unless you have either the hemostat thing that blows them up, or the Requiem, you can actually kill one as Grace. Because
you can.
I unloaded
I know this.
Is the hemostat the juice?
Yeah, the stab juice. Yeah, because I unloaded like 30 bullets into a blister head once and just did not do anything to it.
They got to be all headshots, basically. Like
I
have killed one. I have killed one without the Requiem, but it used almost all of my ammo, and I regretted it instantly.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
The purple shit, I never used the purple shit because to me it was like, well, I should just make bullets. I don't want to like sneak up on
Dude,
these
I
guys
use the purple
anyways.
Dude, the purple shit's so good because not only can you like use it on downed enemies, you can like sneak up behind them and just inject it to them while they're standing there without ever wasting a bullet.
But
So,
the thing is that it's like a one use item thing, and you have to have a spare injector. Okay, so you use spare injectors instead to upgrade your character, give you more health and more firepower damage.
Yeah.
So it's not really worth the effort. Like
immediately.
it contradicts the mechanics of the Crimson Head in the original remake, because in that you had more fuel you could go around with to burn zombies, and you had more like room to navigate the map and figure out what routes you wanted to stick to in order to burn those zombies out and avoid the other routes. In this,
you can technically still do that in this.
You technically still can do that, but the amount of routes available is a lot less than the mansion in the original remake. So at that point, like it just becomes a matter of like hoping and praying that like a blister head doesn't pop up.
They didn't really pop up too often for me.
Oh, it happened to me all the time. Happened to me all the time.
I swear it's a percentage chance. Yeah.
Blister head. I hate.
Can I also just throw this out there? I was expecting to not care much for Grace as a new character, but I think she's fantastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh, controversial.
No, I think she's like way too much of like a fucking puss. Like what the hell? She's an FBI agent and she's like a
Wait, I thought she was like a child.
She's whining like a child in this game. That's what I don't understand.
Listen. She's an FBI agent, but she doesn't have a lot of field experience, and she's primarily she works at a desk, and she has, I don't know if this is the proper term, so I apologize, but she's like neurodivergent in some way. Like I don't like.
What is that a thing? I didn't know.
What?
She's like very. I don't know.
She's like the main character in Long Legs.
Yeah, actually,
what?
maybe.
No, she's not.
Kind
no.
of.
Yeah, she was a rookie FBI agent. And she was like psychic or some shit.
Yeah.
No. She's definitely not psychic. She's very timid. She's very timid.
That's what
she's
it is.
very
she's way
scared.
Too timid. And like juxtapose with Leon.
She doesn't.
To be fair, is like
I thought it was a pretty good joke, but whatever.
The impersonation is. It feels slightly like sexist almost, which doesn't make sense because there's been confident ladies in the Resident Evil series, but I don't understand why this character is so like
dude, I'm picking up picking up vibes of like it's not just she's shy or timid. It's like she doesn't know how to interact with other people.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the proper like diagnosis for that would be, but like it was like in the very beginning of the game, she's interacting with her mother, and her mother like can barely get her to like stop looking at her computer or like talk to her, and she's very shut down, and she focuses like on I don't know.
But also there is like the entire point of like that first third of that was like her dealing with her trauma, because she is the first thing you do as her is go on a mission to investigate a murder, a body found in a burnt out hotel, the same burnt out hotel where she watched her mother be killed right in front of her.
Which is wild.
Like somebody would send
it's like
somebody
a slasher movie. Her boss sent her there is crazy. It's crazy that her boss sent her there after the flashback. I'm like, my God.
Yeah, that should not. Yeah,
but I'm saying like maybe there's more going on there, because if she's not even like supposed to be in the field, whatever.
Dude, I'm just
saying it comes off like maybe I didn't read like the. I mean, like she definitely seemed a little weird, but I just thought because everything around her is super fucking weird, she might as well be weird too.
I think she has like severe social anxiety, and there's probably a diagnosis that goes with that. That like she's giving a different kind of like she's having to overcome a lot to become.
There's been a lot of
the hero
in
this game. No, but she as the game continues, she becomes a very likable, like
you're also
heroic character.
You're also,
but you finished her campaign, like you finished her quote unquote campaign. You've seen what I've seen about the character.
Is she mostly done? Completely done?
I don't
I
think
don't
she
know
is.
this. None of us are done, so yeah.
None of us are done. All I'm saying is I played as her for about 7 hours, and I have been playing as Leon now for like 3 hours, and there has been no more jumping back to playing as Grace where I'm at. So it very much seems to me like until maybe towards the very, very end, you're not playing as Grace anymore. Like, and that's why a lot of people are saying these feels like two very distinct. That's why it's almost divisive that like it feels like two separate games. You play very distinctly at one game as Grace with a very specific style. Then there's a hard pivot and you're playing as Leon, and suddenly it's a very different kind of game. But and it just kind of depends on, do you consider that to be a strength or a weakness? I don't know. I think the pacing is really great, and the way they've kind of like ping ponged back and forth between them has been really, really well done.
Do you like the
So
open area stuff for Leon?
yeah, I mean,
I feel
do,
like it's
but
a little like awkward. Like I was expecting so much more, especially coming off of like Evil Within 2, which I think had like really good open areas. Like this just seems a little like awkward, almost like not shoehorned in, but almost like afterthoughty. Like I thought it was going to be more like cruising around Raccoon City and
you got to keep playing. You got to keep playing.
I think it's like, I think at least with like the first area of Raccoon City that you get to, it's a lot like what they were trying to do with the Resident Evil 3 remake, in which they give you this large area to play around with, but they are going to force you as part of the narrative to go to all of these places. There's nothing that's really optional for what you want to go explore.
Does that change? Does it get more?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely like, it's structured in such a way that you spend the area that I'm in the footage right here. You spend the time, and there's like 3 objectives you got to go do. You have to do them all, but you can do them in any order, which I always like that. But you have to do them all anyways.
Yes.
So
can I say? I hate that we're jumping back and forth, but when I first started playing as Grace and like the encounter design, I thought I was very bummed at first. I thought that everything felt like very scripted for the first couple hours. And that when I started to encounter these zombies that are like, do like, oh, I want the light on or off or whatever, like, the zombies are still doing some of their jobs from their human lives or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Really?
Which is a cool idea, but I thought it was going to be so like, it wasn't until they started wandering around more. Like especially with like the xenomorph style monster, right? Like the alien isolation type monster, that I realized,
not Lisa,
like replaying and stuff, the sequences, like, oh, this is a little more like dynamic or like emergent than I thought. Like because if you only play it once, it can feel very scripted. But it wasn't until going back through some of these areas where I'm like, oh wait, why is this dude here? Or, oh, this guy's just going to keep following me. And there are those barriers, right, where they won't cross. Yeah. But like within those areas, like it can be really,
it's unpredictable,
exciting.
Dude, I was backtracking through an area in the hospital that I had been back and forth through like 3 or 4 times, and I was just like, I need to go back and get something out of the trunk. So I was like running back to the save room, and I took the route that goes through like the operating room, if you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I came around that corner where the body is on the thing,
mm-hmm.
on the table, and there was just a zombie standing in front of the table, like that had never been there.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I like, my heart like jumped out of my chest. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. When they change their patrol patterns, it
keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
It keeps you on your toes. And I do think it is imperative when playing this game to get like the best experience. I do think, especially when you're playing as Grace, it's just like, take your time, explore. There are things to find.
Which is definitely what I've been doing.
Yeah, it's...
Although, I found out that like you can get more coins than you can actually use in the game. I had Malia look it up because I was like, I'm not going to kill this enemy to get this coin because it doesn't look like I can buy anything else.
I think it's just because they wanted to make it so that you can get all the coins you need, but you don't have to do it in a very specific way. You can get them elsewhere. But yeah, I ended up having like 2 unspent coins when it was all said and done, and I had unlocked everything.
There's also like a hidden mega puzzle that you had to beat the game at least once and do very specific things with. Like the monster hand that you get after you
Careful.
I
I
also got a pencil. What the fuck is the pencil for? That part of
For
the
the
Pencil?
hand.
Yeah, I found a pencil.
You
Well,
make
it's
your
for
hand
the-
hold the pen.
It's for the John Wick sequence, but that's beside the point. So, no, there's like a mega puzzle that is like complicated, but I also found like another one. Like you found the roulette table, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know that there's a secret there?
I figured there would be, but I sat there and I played roulette like 4 times, and I was like, I'm not going to sit here all day and do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't talk about it anymore. You know,
I won't.
sounds
And it all
I'm just
on
pointing out
black.
there's
We can move on because we probably need to take a break. But
it's
Resident
fun.
Evil,
Like it's well paced. I mean, it's I kind of miss like why is Village like an 84? Village was so cool to me. I liked the actual village, exploring the village itself in Resident Evil 8. Here, I'm kind of missing that a little bit. Like the environments, you move on from them pretty quick. Well, I mean, that's not really true. It's more just, I don't know. Like the world felt connected in Village in a way it does not here.
and that's because
at least not in the
that's
first
the
half of the game.
sacrifice. That's the sacrifice they made for doing like this 2 distinct campaign thing. But like I've seen one sentiment that I've seen in almost every review that I've read, which I think is interesting, and I'm really fascinated to kind of see what everybody's talking about. Is that like, and so many of them have mentioned that like, when it's all said and done, like it paints a very interesting picture for where the series can go from here. And I was like, if one person had said that, I'd be like, whatever. But like I've seen it like 6 times. And like people have been like, this is my new favorite Resident Evil, and at the same time, it's also like super exciting about like what it means for the future. And I'm like, that's kind of something I wasn't expecting.
Like Leon finds a time machine or something.
Yeah, I was like, what exactly does it take to get people excited about the future of a series like this when it's already the most batshit crazy?
Resident Evil
Are they
10
talking about just lore?
Is going to
though?
be mechs.
I think
Or are
they're
they
talking mostly
about
about lore.
Oh, okay.
But it takes some bold swings, and it's
Wesker's back.
There
and it
is
does
some
also
there
it
is
does
some
also
Resident Evil
feel like-
6 insanity in here too, but this time around it's actually good.
No, see, I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say I was playing this, especially when I was playing as Leon, and I'm like, okay, remember how I kept saying before this came out that I was worried this was going to be a Resident Evil 6 situation where it's too much and it ends up feeling like terrible, and I hated Resident Evil 6. I feel kind of like I was right, but somehow it's better. Like it does have Resident Evil 6 energy when you're playing as Leon.
Yeah.
But it's better. And I can't put my finger on why.
The action?
Maybe you're better now.
There's a particular sequence that is heavily RE6 coded.
Maybe Nick, if you went back and played RE6 again, you'd be like,
dude,
better than
I have tried twice now.
The body armor in the shop says like resistant against like bullets, and I'm like, why is that resistance against bullets?
Because you haven't found the enemies with bullets yet.
The bullet zombies.
You're gonna find out very quickly too.
Yeah, there are definitely some zombies that like still have guns clasped in their hands.
Does the Umbrella Corporation still exist?
Yes.
It's Blue Umbrella now.
Why?
And
why? Why isn't Congress doing something about this?
Okay, well,
they did.
That's a funny question.
Shut it down.
That's a funny question. That's a funny question in and of itself, but at the same time, it's like it's not like they're just going about their business. It's like the Raccoon City thing ruined them, so they're like, but they're still like underground. You know what I mean? Like
they changed their name like fucking Blackwater did, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, can I just ask, was I the only one that thought like when they first heard Vincent, like one of the big baddies of this game, speak for the first time, I was like, oh, they're just doing T-virus infested Heath Ledger Joker. Okay, all right.
Oh, no. I didn't get that energy. I mean,
that's what I heard.
Call him a big baddie?
A big baddie.
He did call him a big baddie.
You know what a baddie is, man?
With a fucking
hottie with a body.
Quit.
He's got that ass that just don't quit.
Damn,
yeah.
girl, you shit with that ass?
What the fuck? Okay. On that note, guys, we're going to take a break. I know we talked about Resident Evil for a long time, but we're going to take a break. When we come back, Chris Davis is going to tell us all about his He finally played it. He finally played Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. We can finally get an opinion on that game on the record on 4Player Podcast. We'll also talk.
It's so cute. It's so cute. He thinks we care, and I'm not trying to be mean to this game. And I know you had to play it for losing Fantasy Critic, but it's not like the punishment was for you to play it, not for us to hear about it. Yeah. I'm sorry. That sounds even worse.
It was for you to suffer, not.
I'm just kidding. I hope the game is cool.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that was brutal. All right, guys. We'll be back in just a minute. So if you're listening at home, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, welcome back to the show. Thank you for sticking with us. Like I said, we got some news topics to talk about. We got another game to talk about. Before we do that, of course, I want to open the segment with a icebreaker question from Shop Creeper. He says, which game protagonist would absolutely be a terrible roommate?
Protagonist?
Most of them. Which protagonist would be a terrible roommate? I feel like
it's Kirby. No, Kirby eats everything you have.
Oh, that's true.
Literally eats you out of house and home.
It would be those chefs from Overcooked.
Maybe. Well, what if they're good at playing Overcooked, though? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No,
you know
like being good at, like they're gonna be like throwing boiling pots of water around your house and making a mess. And
I feel like you should probably just avoid cooking characters altogether.
Maybe.
You know, I like the Kirby.
Who would be a good roommate, right?
Dante. I feel like Dante would be a badass roommate.
You think Dante?
Dude, Dante's so annoying.
We've seen how he keeps his living space.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like
because like, oh, he comes with a jukebox. That'd be cool, right?
I mean, he likes to hang out and eat pizza but like, yeah, he's a slob.
And he destroys his office. Yeah.
How about that Ditto from Pokemon Pokopia, dude? Could just transform into all different kinds of like things and give you water and fire and build you shit. Be sick.
You're saying the Ditto would be a good, nice like girlfriend.
I didn't say I want the fuck, dude. I didn't say. I just said a good roommate.
Detective Pikachu said it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How would Master Chief be a good roommate?
No,
he never takes off his
He would keep his space very tidy. You give him that.
He would sleep for like 20 years at a time in a cryo chamber.
Pretty much, yeah.
So he wouldn't get in your way, but he'd be using a lot of power.
Wake me when you need me to vacuum.
What are y'all talking about?
We're engaging with the question, Brad.
Thank you for the question, Shop Creeper. He also says you guys are great.
We didn't answer it though. We didn't give him a good or a bad one.
Oh, okay.
Well, what did he want? Did he want bad?
Who would be a terrible roommate? He wants a good answer of who would be a terrible roommate.
Like just on an interpersonal level, who would be a terrible roommate? And I think the game talks about this and addresses that they would be terrible roommates. Is like half of the cast of Tactical Breach Wizards. like the main girl, the private detective, like private eye or whatever. She would be an awful roommate. The guy who lives with his mom, who's like a elite special forces wizard.
Ah, man, I liked visiting his mom.
Yeah, his mom was great. Dang. But do you think he's helping her around the house? Do you think he's like cooking for her at all, or do you think she's doing it all?
These are the important questions.
Cooking Mama would be a good roommate.
We keep coming back to cooking characters.
I mean,
they're very domestic. Like,
I stand by choosing Kirby. Kirby feels like the most accurate answer here.
Kirby seems so chill, dude. Like, even if he eats you, he can spit you out.
What are you talking about?
No, Kirby, man. Kirby is he's a bro. Have you ever played a Kirby game? When you're low on life, he'll just kiss you on the lips and give you some of his fucking health, man. I'm telling you, Kirby's sick. Kirby's also one of the most powerful
I guess it just kind of depends on your
video games.
He's also really
Kinda
into
depends
vor.
on-
You
Like,
just
I'm
hop
not
on a
comfortable
star, it'll
walking in
get
on
you to
that.
work in like a split second, man. It'd be sick.
Yeah. Who knows?
Anyways,
Harry Dubois. Sorry.
Yeah, he'd be a bad roommate. That's a bad roommate.
I've lived with Harry Dubois. It's not fun.
wait, who's Harry Dubois?
Disco Elysium.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that his name? Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's a good answer. Anyways, Shop Creeper, thank you for the question. He also added, "You guys are great. Sorry I don't make it to the live shows every week, but I always make sure to listen when it shows up on my podcast feed. Thanks as always." Thank you for listening. And again, reminder, guys, if you're a subscriber on Twitch or a supporter on Patreon, you should have access to the link to the form where you can submit a question. We will get to them all. So you can leave a question at any time. All right. Let's do it. Chris Davis,
Hi.
tell us about this game. This is the game that you had to play because
Played
you
a quarter of, apparently.
I played a good
Brett,
third of it easily. Yeah.
you can't bust his balls, Brad. I played about a third of the game that I
You streamed it though.
did stream it. You didn't stream this?
You were supposed to stream it.
I was?
Streaming, it's the rules. Yes.
I think technically that was the rules, yeah, but maybe we
Yes.
weren't very clear on that.
Okay.
Anyways, it's not really that much of a punishment. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage can't be that bad.
No, it's not. It's not bad so far. The main problem for this game is that it's just so slow to start. Like, it takes a good 2 hours before it starts to make you go, wait, what is this? Oh, that's unexpected. That shouldn't be. Oh, okay. All right, there's something going on here. Yeah. So this is a 80s nostalgia bait game. You play a young woman she's in her 40s, and she is reconnecting with her friends from a singular summer back when she was like 15. And
this is not made by Don't Nod.
This
But
is
it's kind of a Don't Nod. Oh, it is Don't Nod. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm getting all because there's like so many studios that are Don't Nod adjacent at this point.
Yeah, there's Don't Nod, there's Deck 9. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there.
They all start with D's apparently.
I just think it's those two. Deck 9's the one who continued Life is Strange after Don't Nod.
Yeah.
Lost
They tried
the rights
to
or whatever.
Yeah. So this is this is one of those. It is a narrative game. It's all about doing flashbacks. You jump in between the modern day where you're sitting in a diner with your friends talking about like things that happened that summer. And there's a whole meta narrative plot about how you've come back together as a group after nearly 40 years because one of them received a strange package on their porch for their band Bloom and Rage. And they have no idea what it is. It creeps out the hell out of all of them because it's written
like that movie Cash.
Yeah, I haven't seen Cash. What? I don't know about
Cache.
that.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, so yeah, it's all a buildup of like jumping back and forth between the modern day where they're talking about what they're doing in their lives, and then what they did back in that summer, and it jumps back. And it's a series of interconnected events in which there's no natural bridges happening. And it's okay. It's okay. It's when it's like 2 hours into the game before they start going, oh, there's more to this plot than we're telling you. And it all centers around the core character's mechanic. Her name's Swan. She's fascinated by making movies. And so her parents got her an 80s camcorder. And so it's the whole mechanic with it is that you go into these narrative spaces and you're talking with your friends. At the same time, you're pulling out your camera and you're filming everything in the environment to create clip home movie things.
You're documenting the time.
You're documenting the times, documentary interacting with your friends, finding things in the environment that are pure 80s nostalgia bait. And it builds up to where you want to start making movies with your friends. In this scene, you're getting together for really the first time, and you're gonna film them, two of them performing in their band, playing, and they're gonna make a music video out of it. It's all right. It's when the camera comes into play for spooky shit that it actually starts
to get. There is spooky shit.
There is spooky shit. It comes out of nowhere with like no warning, like inside of the first hour. But you think that's like maybe a mechanic that's like much later in the game where they're just hinting at something. No, eventually gets to the point where like there's spooky shit happening. The main characters aren't detecting it, but Swan is kind of seeing it through her camera, but she's not speaking up about it. And
she's
so I'm
keeping that shit close to the chest.
She really is. Like, there's a part where they go shoot their music video out in the woods, and they get lost trying to find their way back to the parking lot. And they get lost for hours. It's the middle of the night, and they come across this cabin out in the middle of the woods. It's overgrown. It's covered with dirt. The ceiling's partially collapsed, and it's designed to be creepy as fuck. Only you can get in it because of plot reasons. But you get in there and you start using the camera to like examine the environment. And like when you find spooky shit, like the camera, the perspective of the lens gets all staticky and spooky.
You keep saying spooky shit. Are we talking like ghosts? Is this a story about ghosts?
I mean, I don't know yet is the thing, because I'm only 4 hours in. That's part of the problem with this game, is that when it launched, it was an episodic release, and it was a 2-part episodic release, and they didn't launch the second part of the game, which everything I hear says it's so much better than the first part. They didn't launch that for like a month.
This shit does not wrap up well, but that's fine. It's interesting.
Yeah. So it's it's all right so far. I stopped playing it because Resident Evil 9 came out. Like I wanted to play this before I actually indulged in RE9, and I will go back to it as soon as I'm done with RE9, which won't be too long from now. But it's
generally speaking, you are a fan of like this style of.
Yeah, he loves
game, right?
Life is Strange. It was his game of the year.
Big Life is Strange fan. Which, by the way, did you? I feel like we've answered this question before. Did you ever play Life is Strange 2? Did anybody? I don't think I've ever met anybody that's played Life is Strange 2.
So I learned that Dontnod didn't make games that I liked, so I stopped playing Dontnod games.
That's a very Brad.
But I played Deck Nine's,
Before the
Storm, and True Colors. And the True Colors DLC.
Well,
I like Deck 9. It's Dontnod that I kind of gave up on, honestly.
Yeah.
So no.
Which is odd, considering they're kind of like to me that almost feels like giving up on Telltale because you don't like Telltale style games, but they're called Telltale style games because they pioneered that style of game. But
yes,
it is
but like there are Telltale style games that are done better than what the Telltale team could put out.
Honestly. Well, there is now. That's for sure. So you're gonna keep going with it?
Yeah, no, I definitely am gonna be. Yeah, I just need to finish RE9 first. Now that the plot has really started getting going, like they're actively talking about, we should probably open this very creepy package that some weirdo sent us that may or may not have some magic shit going on. We don't know. And yeah, I just wish it was so much faster in what it was trying to deliver.
They're burying the lead, so to speak.
They bury the lead hard, man. The one thing I will say is kind of cool is Swan's camera. That becomes a mechanic for creating videos later on in the game. And so when you go for example, you go to the sequence where you're filming the music video, you're going in through the woods, and you're kind of filming various different scenes. The exact frame of reference for my camera, the exact way I filmed it, is stitched together as part of the movie. It's not like a pre-rendered sequence based on how I filmed it. So I thought that was kind of
what you are filming becomes like the videos in like the present day that you're watching.
Well, in
That
like the aftermath,
kinda?
like at this point, like in the game, like they're not really talking about that. The modern day stuff is them sitting in a diner talking about memories, catching up where they are in life, and like discussing why the fuck they're coming back together.
Sounds like it when they came back together as adults.
Not necessarily wrong
over-
there. I don't think so far. Yeah.
Probably not as creepy, but yeah, it's
No.
giving me it vibes.
It is all kind of the same shit. Although I don't think this is very scary. I think it's going to be more about like feelings and stuff when the reveal.
It very much
happens.
is. Yeah. Like I really hope like the scary stuff pans out because what they're threatening you with sounds really good. But I've also been burned recently by these kind of games. Like I played through Double Exposure, Life is Strange last year, and I really liked what they started leading to, and like they were having good plot points and cliffhangers, and then they hit like the crescendo in episode 3 of a 5-episode game, and it was just downhill from there.
They fumbled the ball.
They did. Yeah.
And then never recovered after that. Yeah.
Well,
That
they've
happens.
recovered enough to where they're releasing the final Max and Chloe Life is Strange game in the next few months. So,
Which is weird.
And that is Don't Nod?
No.
no, that's Deck
Don't
9
Nod
again.
does not. Don't Nod
Deck-
does
okay.
not make Life
So
is Strange
Deck-
anymore.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right.
But also there's like a Life is Strange movie or a TV series in which they just announced casting for it. So,
Who's playing who?
I mean, give me a second.
Is
to look it
Ashley
up.
I
Birch
think I s-
playing Chloe?
I think I saw the headline and I don't recognize either of the actors that they cast.
Well, because they're
Yeah.
young people and we're old.
Yeah, they're like, 17, 8-year-olds.
Dang, that hurts.
That's
Tatum
true,
Grace
though.
Hopkins as Max and Maisie Stella as Chloe Price.
Yeah, I don't know who those people are. I don't know who those young whippersnappers are. Okay.
The children.
All right. Let's talk about it, guys. There's been some interesting news over the past few weeks. So this is kind of a two-parter. I do want to talk about. We talked last time we recorded. We talked about Bluepoint being suddenly shuttered by Sony. Obviously, there's been a lot of discourse around Bluepoint since that happened. But one of the things that kind of came out of that, because everybody was talking about, so many people have been like, if they had just remade Bloodborne, like everybody kind of wanted them to, they probably would have, justified their existence, and if they might not be closed now, that kind of thing. Some news broke that apparently they pitched a remake of Bloodborne to Sony. Sony said yes, and then FromSoft stepped in and said no, and they fucking killed it. Which is tragic. But it's
Baffling, even.
baffling.
Well, so
I
have
it's just like
my theories. My theories. Well, but so they asked Miyazaki or whatever, and they were respecting his wishes to not do it. Now, I think that Sony does own Bloodborne, like Demon Souls, right? And I think there's always been some tension there, right? Because they didn't keep making Demon Souls games. They went on to make Dark Souls with Namco because they didn't want to, I don't know. So there's this, because they want to own the IP, most likely, right? But then they came back with Sony to do Bloodborne. And from what I understand, they own it. And not FromSoft doesn't, but they were like, well, if Miyazaki doesn't want us to do it, we're not going to do it. But is From Software not wanting Bluepoint to remake Bloodborne because the Demon Souls remake is like really high fidelity and runs really well? The games that they put out are certainly like not like as high fidelity and run extremely well. Like,
are you
imagine
saying they didn't want to create a reputation for building games and then letting Bluepoint make better versions of them?
Or imagine a scenario where they're working on a Bloodborne 2. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Bluepoint is remaking Bloodborne 1. And it looks better than their Bloodborne 2.
Shut the fuck up.
No, but like absolutely, that could be possible.
But like Elden Ring,
the Demon Souls remake
Sekiro
certainly runs fucking better than Bloodborne or Elden Ring or whatever. On those games, kind of run like ass on consoles.
Elden Ring doesn't look beautiful?
I mean, I mean, it,
Not
it,
in the
it
same
didn't
way.
run like on consoles. It didn't run like super smooth. Like that was the game where everyone was playing the PS4 version because it ran better than the PS5 version at launch. You know, it's they have their tech issues, right? So, which is fine, right? The games they
But
make
it's
are
also
brilliant,
like,
but like I can imagine like them not wanting a Bloodborne 1 remake out there that looks better than whatever they're working on. I think that's a very
What
real like
What do you think they're working on?
FromSoft?
FromSoft. It
Is
could be
is
something.
it a sequel to Bloodborne, or were they already working on a remake,
So
upgraded,
what
whatever?
FromSoft said is that they don't want Bluepoint to do it because they want to do
They
it
want to do it themselves.
themselves.
Miyazaki wants to do it
So
himself.
I could see like there's been a lot of like edition like versions of FromSoft games that have like a lot of DLC, right? Like
Mhm.
especially when they port games or
Right.
they did that with Dark Souls 1 and 2 and I don't know about
Bloodborne only
3.
has one DLC.
Yeah, but Bloodborne's never been like ported or anything, right? But um, I could see them doing that and adding like another huge DLC. Like while Bluepoint wouldn't create new content, right? Not for their game. Lord knows they're bad at making their own games, right? No, I'm just kidding.
I just
But
can't help but feel like if they were gonna do something, if FromSoft was gonna do something with Bloodborne, they would have already done it
or
at this
I mean, they
point.
don't want to work with Sony. I don't
That's
know.
I don't think that's I don't know. Like the idea that nobody is doing anything with Bloodborne seems
The fact that we're
crazy,
about to live
right?
in an
Like
age when
seems
Metal Gear Solid
crazy.
4,
It's not
the
like
fact
FromSoft hasn't been busy.
I know, but
Yeah,
like
they're yeah. Well,
the
we
mere
know that they're
fact,
working on that Dusk Bloods
Yeah.
yeah,
Which is like, Bloodborne with the numbers filed off a little
with
bit.
jetpacks.
Different genre, but it is definitely like a Dark Souls, Demon Souls kind of vibe, right?
Yeah.
but like the fact that we live in a world now where Metal Gear Solid 4 is about to be accessible again, but Bloodborne is still trapped.
Yeah,
It's kind of
it's
sad.
weird,
It's kind of
right?
sad.
Especially
It's
because PC players just assume that maybe it would eventually get ported to PC because PC can solve a lot of the tech issues that game has, right?
right.
But now the other part of the story is that Sony's backing away from PC. So like
They're
now
backing
there's
away.
probably no
Yeah,
world where Bloodborne ever comes to PC. I mean, I think the Bluepoint thing is still interesting, right? Because one, why do you shut down Bluepoint? They're like a studio that makes projects that probably cost less than original projects, like a remake of a proven game is not like, oh, it's just not coming together in the same way that like an original game
Yeah.
or IP is, right?
I mean,
Like
unless you're Ubisoft, yeah.
service God of War game.
That should be the studio making your money printers.
Yeah, exactly. The hard work is done. They're just making it prettier and making a lot more money again. Like why get rid of Bluepoint? But like, so the FromSoft thing is like definitely a twist, right? Because it almost makes them seem like they're the villains in this and I guess they are, unless they are cooking something amazing, and we're gonna find out eventually.
I mean, Sony's the one who made the decision to shutter Bluepoint. So at the end of the day,
No, but even besides, but like you say that, right? Like, of course Sony's the villain, of course. Like that's you don't even have to
Yeah, they
acknowledge
are.
that part. But what I'm saying is like them not getting shut down because they couldn't make Bloodborne because Miyazaki said nah is kind of funny and crazy. Because there is a world where FromSoft is like, yeah, sure, that Demon's Souls remake was cool. Yeah, go for it. And everyone's happy, and Bluepoint exists, and the players are happy. But it's weird, right? They
yeah,
gotta be
it's
doing something with Bloodborne right now. They have to be, right?
Do you know how many times we've said they have to be about certain things and
Well, why
they
would they
weren't?
say no to Bluepoint? Like, why?
I mean,
we are
I do
assuming
like
we are making the assumption that it was definitely FromSoft that did it, and
It
not
was.
their
No,
own,
it was.
not
That's
their owner Kadokawa, who are known to be litigious and protective of their trademarks.
No, they said
Sure.
specifically they were respecting the wishes of FromSoft.
Yeah, but I think we can also acknowledge that like
Also, Sony owns.
That
They're
might
the
not be
majority,
entirely representative
or
of
they're not the
reality.
majority holder, but they are like the highest. Like they own the most shares of Kadokawa. Like supposedly Sony's gonna buy Kadokawa or something like that eventually. Some shit like that, right?
Yeah,
There
odds
was
on
there
that
was a thing a
happening.
few years ago about that did not come to fruition.
Yeah,
Yes.
but they still own like the most shares of any other company in Kadokawa. So like, I don't think it's like
Unreasonable to assume.
Yeah.
The other
Like
part
to
of
me,
this,
this seems like a creative choice that blocked Bluepoint,
the other part of this story is also worth
not a business one.
mentioning for a second, because like you said, they're pivoting away from doing exclusives, which is a huge deal, because like one of their biggest pushes over the past couple of years now has been bringing their first party exclusive titles, big first party exclusive single player, like story driven titles, the things that you typically associate with Sony, so like God of War, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, like those, bringing those games to PC has been a big part of their push over the past few years. And then all of a sudden, they are backpedaling on that. Now, one thing I'm not super clear on, maybe y'all can correct me, but I couldn't, because they specifically mentioned Ghost of Yotei and Saros will remain PS5 exclusives. But my question is, were they already planning on porting those and now they're canceling them, or is that just
They
saying
had never announced it.
They didn't
okay, they
announce
hadn't
it,
announced
no,
it,
but like there's
so they're just saying
but
it
you know,
won't be announced
Returnal
now.
and Tsushima did come to PC, and right,
And
yeah,
Horizon.
yeah. But like, I mean, I thought Tsushima was like really successful on PC, wasn't it?
I
Like,
think so.
what is this about? It doesn't make sense.
I mean,
is it are they looking at Microsoft and going, well, clearly that didn't work for them. Let's fucking go back to the old ways.
Here's the thing. Saying it's successful is one thing. Was it successful enough to justify the
The
development
game
costs of porting it?
exists. How much
No,
could a
but
fucking
like,
port cost when you're going to sell
everybody-
millions more copies?
Do you think though that like people are just like is Sony trying to get away from PC just because they're responding to like market pressures completely unrelated to just like video games? They're like, I don't know.
I mean,
this whole thing with like RAM and chip prices becoming like exorbitant and like AI taking over the whole space. Do you think that they're just
no?
Is this also suspiciously close to that whole like everything's an Xbox?
No, there's nothing about that.
thing?
No, it's this in my opinion is them. So just to be clear, like Sony publishing games on PC is Sony publishing games on Steam and nowhere else.
Yeah, it's the 30%. This might be
30% that cuts into
Valve.
it. Yeah.
So maybe they're
which again, greedy Valve versus greedy Sony. I mean, I'm not
who
really
will win?
siding with either of them there. 30% is crazy for a storefront, but like according to Steam DB, like the estimations between three different estimators is that it's about 2.5 to 2.6 million owners of Tsushima on Steam, which is a lot of fucking copies of a game that already existed.
Yeah, but you also got to. I mean, to say it already exists does not necessarily mean it's not just a matter of like lifting it up and placing it in.
No,
like,
of course not. It takes work, but it doesn't take. Yeah. It doesn't take like however much money that made.
When you crunch the numbers and then combine the 30% that Steam is taking or Valve is taking, like it's
a port.
I know. I'm just saying, like, this could be a situation where they're like, we'll do this, we'll agree to this 30%, and we'll port these games, but like, whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, they're like, but we have to break over this, like, we have to sell this many copies to reach our goal. And if they just didn't hit that, I mean, even if it is a profit, even if they are making a profit, is it enough of a profit to justify continuing this?
Feels like an understatement. It's $60 on Steam.
I mean, yeah. I don't fucking.
I mean, that's a lot of fucking money. Like
I don't know. It's perplexing. It also could just be a matter of like leadership at Sony suddenly changing their mind about being just like, I don't like. They are Sony. One thing that Sony has always had is this like this sense of like that the shininess of exclusivity has always been the brightest on Sony platforms. I feel like,
Yeah.
like
Well,
their first party exclusive lineup on their consoles has always been super super good,
yeah.
and seeing that spread and like into the PC ecosystem, and then having that kind of like eat into like we're no longer like this exclusive platform anymore, and maybe they're just like I don't really like that. I don't really like. I maybe they feel gross. I mean, which is dumb because they're it's gross that they're a company and they're making these kind of decisions, but like they are probably just maybe just fighting for like we want to get that sense of exclusivity back on our platform.
Well, so here's the thing that concerns me a little bit in also thinking about Bluepoint is that Nixxes became their port studio for putting their titles on PC. And if
So
they're
what does this
stepping
mean for
back from
them?
this, like what does that mean for Nixxes?
Nothing
It's
good.
just a work for. I mean, they're a grunt studio. I mean,
They're going to be a
But
support studio.
do they shut the studio down, or do they pivot them to other projects? And then, that's
They
what
pivot them
I
to
mean,
support other projects. Like they are contributing towards Saros, for example.
Can I like how much do y'all think it costs to like port an existing game to PC? Like if you
Oh,
were to put a number on it.
It's probably
I
an
mean, I
8-digit
don't,
number.
that would. I mean, I feel like
I don't
that would
know.
require me to have
I
a
have no
realistic.
idea.
No, yeah, that would require me to have like actual knowledge of like how much it costs to develop a game. Period. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have
Well,
enough.
it ranges, right?
Like
It
we're
ranges.
always
Spider-Man was like what 300 million, while Pokemon was like 14 million. Some crazy shit like that.
What does that mean? That like
That's not normal.
wait,
Though.
porting
14.
Pokemon to PC?
No, he's just talking
No.
about.
I'm saying
Oh,
the entirety
development
of
costs.
Pokemon was like 14 million bucks.
Right.
Which is crazy.
But like,
So
okay,
low.
so I want to clarify what I was saying before about like the whole RAM prices AI thing. Like, doesn't it? Do you think that like there are market projectors at Sony who are going like, yeah, in 5 years people aren't going to be building PCs really anymore. Like, so no one's going to be playing on PCs. Everyone's just going to be buying consoles.
Or-
Doesn't that feel like a world we're kind of slipping towards, or at least
Well, because consoles
a
are
world
expensive though. They're going up.
similar?
PCs are
I don't
more
know.
expensive.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
consoles are
but,
going
like,
up.
I don't know. If you're one of these game publishers, do you want to own the platform that people are playing games on, or do you want to be releasing them onto a largely open platform that other vendors in the space have like control of distribution on? Well, I guess it is kind of
I
just
get
back
it.
to
I get
Steam,
it.
right?
Well, so like what Bognoise is saying is that it's not the cost of porting; it's the losing consumers.
They're trying to maintain their ecosystem
Like-
because like
Ecosystem.
They're not buying PlayStations, but PlayStation's been selling great, right? So I don't.
yeah, but I think the argument is that
Yeah.
like
But it could be
before they
selling
made this
greater.
pivot- before they made this pivot, people were buying consoles because they had to play those games. Without like some people will be like, I would buy a PS5 just to play those games and nothing else. But now I don't need to do that. I can just play
Okay,
it on
so
PC.
so why? Okay, so maybe don't do like day and date ports, right? Like God of War did incredibly well on PC. It came
Yeah.
later. People who wanted to play God of War obviously played it on PlayStation.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know,
I think the
why
strange,
shut down the idea of the port altogether?
I think the strange move here is that they decided to pivot away from it altogether and not that they
That's
just
weird.
altered
Well,
the
they're-
plan and
Could it be something to do with their next handheld like system?
Is that a thing that they're working on?
Yeah,
That's-
the PS6 is going to be like a Switch.
Shut the fuck up. Really?
That's one of the
Shut
rumors.
up.
Yeah.
How do you know
It's not even a
that?
rumor anymore.
I mean,
Go ahead.
after the popularity of the Switch, I mean, I feel like ever since the Switch came out, I've been like, this is the future of video games. You know what I mean? Like,
Future of video game. Nicholas, you
I
don't
love
play
it.
enough
Set
Switch
the
for that,
motherfucker.
do
When's the
you?
last
No,
time you
but I
even
mean,
touched your Switch, bro?
I mean, the Steam Deck. Then what? Just the ability to play like
This is
games of that fidelity on your handheld, and then but also have that be the same platform that you're using to play on your TV or your PC. Like that's what I'm talking. That's the future to
Cool.
me. Like the fact that I don't have to Like if I'm playing on handheld, it doesn't mean I'm like locked into playing on handheld. It means I'm playing it in that ecosystem and I can play it in both places. Like that is the future. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking.
but maybe they want that with, you know, you're not if you own the God of War on Steam or whatever, or if you own Saros on Steam and they want you to buy a handheld PS6 so you can play your Saros beam to that, but you can't do it from a PC, you can only do it from a PS5 or whatever. I kind of get it. Like maybe the future of PlayStation doesn't make sense if people are playing the games on PC.
I think at
in
the end of
terms
the
of
day,
like
then
hardware sales, like
I think at the end of the
beyond the obvious.
if that's the case, I just feel like the odd thing here is that they decided to do it now. It's like we don't know what their plans are, so this just feels like completely out of the blue, and like people are like scratching their heads as to like why the fuck are you
Is
doing
Saros
this? If we had more information,
but like
it'd be nice.
Helldivers was like is first party, and that was huge on PC.
Yeah, no, what they are not going to be porting single player games anymore. Any multiplayer games like Helldivers 2 will continue to operate
they need
on
the player
multi-platform.
base.
Yeah.
Also, The Last of Us. They brought The Last of Us to
Marathon.
PC.
Maybe we're just maybe the conversation is not that complicated, and
yeah.
I mean, you know, they sell PlayStations. They're losing 30% plus a potential console owner. I mean, it sucks because I like when more people can play games in more places, right? Like Phil Spencer claimed he cared about, right?
Speak of the devil.
You know, poor fucking Zerby, you know, who won't touch anything besides a Steam release, you know, can't play PlayStation games anymore. It sucks for him, right? He won't even play Epic Games Store games because they're.
I mean, no one plays
requires
Epic Game Store games.
A different click game.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, Chris Davis, you're just as much of a fucking Valve fanboy as Zerby, so shut the fuck up. Second of all, it's just another app on your fucking computer, and they give away 1 million fucking free games. People who aren't playing the free games on Epic Games Store are just lazy assholes. Sorry, but it's like
Touche.
you.
All right. So since you mentioned Phil Spencer, I just want to
plenty
quickly
of games
touch
on Epic Games Store.
Shh, everybody
Fuck you. Game of the years, multiple Game of the Years I've played on Epic.
You're killing
Games
my
Store.
transition.
Outer Wilds.
God damn it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Phil, you mentioned Phil Spencer, and only other thing I wanted to talk about this week, and we don't have to spend too much time on it, it is big news. There's been a leadership shakeup at Xbox. Phil Spencer's out. If I remember correctly, Phil Spencer
and Sarah Bond's out.
A long time coming, honestly. How did it take this long? But whatever. Yes, he's gone.
I don't know, but like, so his replacement
was Sarah Bond, and then they decided, nah, actually.
Did they decide not to? Did they change?
Yes.
Did they pivot on that? Oh man, I must have missed that side of it.
They announced that she was leaving Microsoft as a whole at the exact same time.
No, but she was originally going to be the replacement.
Yeah. Something happened. Not the
something happened, and she was
okay. I'm getting two people confused. Then Sarah Bond is not the AI person we're talking about.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
She was previously like what was it? Not head of Xbox, but president of Xbox or something. What the games division? She was one of the other people high up there that I think. Okay, I'll see if I can find what happened with her. But from what I understand, is she was going to replace Phil Spencer, and then like some shit went down, and she lost her job or some shit.
She was the president, says Prince of the Universe. Okay, so. His Phil Spencer's actual replacement. Sorry, I don't have her name in front of me. Do you happen to have that?
Asha Sharma.
Thank you.
She didn't want to embrace AI or some shit like that. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Her previous job focused a lot on AI prior to this. So like the assumption coming into this is like that has a lot to do with the decision to move her into this position, because obviously a lot of these companies have really kind of gross views on like how they can use AI to like lessen the development costs across the board, even though it's gross as shit. That's a huge concern. Obviously, it's way too early to kind of tell if that's the case here, or if we're going to feel the effects of that as part of this shift. But I think the bigger conversation that's just kind of bubbled to the surface now has just been there's lots of talk about like, are we kind of in the final stages of Xbox? Like, is Xbox on its way out? Do you think there's going to be a next generation of Xbox, or is this kind of like the beginning of the end for Xbox as a
Can I say?
platform?
Well,
It is getting increasingly hard to give a shit. Like, who cares?
I mean, that's
I'm so far from ever
conversation
owning like an
altogether.
Microsoft Xbox product that I honestly don't give a shit.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
for me, it's more about and maybe this. I admit this also might.
Oh, they did
have,
announce Helix.
Yes.
What's? I think I must have missed that.
Project Helix, which was announced today, is their next generation Xbox console.
It's that thing where they have a console that has a cool code name, and then they release it and give it like the worst possible name.
Like Scorpio became Xbox Series or Xbox One X.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you. I actually missed that announcement, so I'm glad somebody brought that up. Thank you, Condor in chat. Thank you for clarifying all that.
Oh my god!
So maybe that's a dumb question to ask now in terms of like whether this means it's the end of Xbox.
Double Fine is so fucking dead, dude. Double Fine is so
dude.
Dead.
Double Fine is Double Fine is like riding the edge of the knife, and they're just like, but they're like perpetually there.
The paperwork has already been filed. I'm sure.
Dude, the paperwork was filed like 20 years ago, and it still hasn't.
They're thriving.
Kiln? You think Kiln is gonna do anything?
No,
it's going to be more disappointing than Keeper in terms of sales. I'm guessing they're trying to make a friend slop game, but you can't make friend slop games.
Just make stacking too, and we can all be happy.
No one would be happy about that.
I would.
They promoted Matt Booty. He was like a shit stain before. Oh God,
this is a weird. This is some weird shit happening.
I don't even want to talk about this. I just hope Double Fine.
Is Double Fine?
No, they're not. I know they're not. I'm hoping they have a good plan to salvage what they are.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's rough, but like their new CEO again came from the AI division. She's on the board of Home Depot and some outfit called Coop Gang. She's the EVP and CEO of Microsoft Gaming. That's her title. Like. She has no background for people to latch onto as far as gaming goes, so everyone is just thinking the absolute worst.
I mean, and I tend to think the absolute worst about anything when it comes to when I see AI attached.
You should always think the absolute worst about every CEO.
Well, yeah, that too. That's a good point.
They're bloodless aliens. They're not human like the rest of us.
Yeah, that is fact actually. So, anyways,
it makes me want to just play emulators. All of this shit, all the shit we've been talking about here, makes me want to just play emulators. It's like buy one of them $50 handhelds and just play Chrono Trigger, man. Because fuck this. I don't know, man.
All right.
Nintendo. How's Nintendo doing? Do we like Nintendo? They released $20 ROMs of Pokemon. Everyone sucks. Everyone sucks.
I mean, the moral of the story is everybody sucks. By the way, I have been playing Metroid Prime 4. So, just
really?
Yeah.
How is it?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's pretty cool. It's a beautiful game. I can say that. Like it's kind of fucking stunning to look at. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
The Switch 2 is powerful.
They all suck. They all suck, but they've always sucked. So nothing has really changed. Okay.
Why does Stories 3 run like shit on the Switch 2? Why? It doesn't make sense.
Why?
Fucking Capcom, dude. I don't understand why Capcom can make these games that run beautifully and then make games that run like poo-poo dog shit. Like, why the Switch 2 is not weak? Why is it not running Stories 3 better? I'm gonna play that game on my PS5.
There's probably some technical answers to that.
I'm gonna play Baby Monster Hunter on my PS5 because my Switch 2 can't fucking handle it, and it's bullshit. By the way, Gas Harag is in Stories 3.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Gas Harag's Sword and Shield is like one of the sickest weapons in.
I just want to see a kinship with Gas, man. I can't wait.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap up the show with the 4-player minute. You know how this works. Our final thoughts of the week, starting with Brad. Go.
Oh, fuck. Hang on 1 second. Starting with Chris Davis. Go.
Wait, what?
No, not starting with
I wrote
me.
it down, but I forgot. Hold on.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, fuck.
Crispy, do you
Okay,
wanna go?
no. I meant to bring this up a couple weeks ago when we did the podcast. Last week we didn't do the podcast. But Shutaro Ida, he's the dude who has been directing the Bloodstained games. Igarashi produces, right? But the actual director, and he was like program lead on like a lot of Igavanias back in the day. But he was also the director of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night and the upcoming Bloodstained game. He passed away. Which is so sad, obviously. Cancer, depressing, fuck cancer. I hate it. I hate it all. He was too young, like early 50s, I believe.
Fuck.
But it's so similar to what happened when fucking, was it last year? When right before Ayuden Chronicles, right? Suikoden creator, Murayama, he passed away. And like, I hate to see, like, to draw the parallel between the two, but like, it's such a similar thing. And they're about to ship Bloodstained. And then the sad, like, message that Iga put out about, they're still, dedicated to like getting the project, finished, in memory of him. But it's like, man, like they're not even that old. I'm always like, oh, eventually these creators are going to start dying and it's going to be sad and depressing. But these are the ones that kind of catch you off guard. It's like way too, this is not Miyamoto. This is a person who was young when I was also falling in love with Igavanias, it's.
I would still be shocked if Miyamoto, like, he's not that old. What do you?
No, Miyamoto's old.
Miyamoto's
old. Miyamoto's old.
When's the last time you saw Miyamoto and wasn't like, oh,
he's like 67, something like that.
That's not that old.
That's retirement age, buddy.
He doesn't.
I mean, it's retirement age, but like,
they don't.
Anyways,
he's 73 years old.
Shit,
that's old.
He's Mario's papa.
Well, that was a downer. Thanks, Brad.
shout out to he has a nickname. I couldn't remember his fucking nickname. Everybody on the Discord was like, it's such a weird nickname too. I can't remember it. It's driving me crazy. But it's been real sad. There's been like tributes and stuff over there. I'm still very excited about Bloodstained. But I don't know. Depressing. Yeah. You're right. It is sad news, but I wanted to say something because
I get it. All right, Chris Davis.
Yeah. So, back at the company that I have learned to really start to despise, Ubisoft, they had a big Assassin's Creed thing either today or yesterday, and I've lost track because I don't.
I missed that too.
Yeah.
What have I been living under a rock?
I feel like we didn't even talk about Horizon Monster Hunter on this podcast. What happened there? How come we never talked about that?
I don't know.
Sorry. Tell me more about this Assassin's Creed thing. Is it something I need to be concerned with?
So they gave like a state of the franchise update basically on their blog, talking about like where they are with a bunch of their games and stuff. So first off,
the director of Hex just leave?
Of
Assassin's Creed Hex?
Clint Hawking? No,
I don't know the name.
I don't remember.
I thought I saw a headline, or maybe I was dreaming that. I don't know. I thought I saw a headline that said the creative director of Assassin's Creed Hex departed the studio. But
no, I don't.
Maybe I'm crazy. Anybody in chat? Can anybody confirm this? Am I crazy?
His nickname, by the way, was Curry the Kid. Curry the Kid.
Thank you for that update. All right, sorry, Chris Davis. Keep going.
So they announced several things. First off, they confirmed that the Black Flag remaster / remake is a thing.
Worst kept secret in the industry.
Absolutely worst kept secret. Everyone knows this has been becoming a long ass time. They confirmed that Hexy is still in development, but they're not prepared to show it off at all. So I wouldn't expect to see that until probably next year at the earliest. And then they confirmed that they have Codename Invictus coming, which is a PvP multiplayer game from the For Honor devs. Which
oh my god, why does it feel like this is gonna come out? It's gonna be cool for like 6 months and then they're gonna shut it down.
Yeah. And then as a gift to the community today, they released a 60 FPS patch for Assassin's Creed Unity for Xbox and PS5.
Unity?
Yes, Unity.
Damn.
The Assassin's Creed title that of all the Assassin's Creed titles is probably the most disappointing in the entire fucking franchise. They do it for that fucking game. A game with the most insulting ending I think I've ever played in a video game.
I have a friend who swears that that's
Assassin's
his favorite
Creed Unity?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a friend that swears that's his favorite Assassin's Creed game.
That man is a fool. He's probably only played one Assassin's Creed game, and he needs to have a come to Jesus moment.
Who are we talking about?
It's not anybody you know. His name is Spencer.
Oh, maybe me and Spencer are old friends, Nick. You don't know.
Yeah, Spencer sounds like a fuckhead.
Also, is Unity the French Revolution one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With, again, the worst ending in the history. Like, of the last decade, probably. I hate it so much.
No.
Damn,
bro,
Frenchies.
So many stupid endings in that series. What's so bad about this one?
Because at the end of that game, they literally say, "Oh, what you were doing for the entire game was invalidated. It was not worth your effort. Thank you for playing. We're moving on."
What?
That's weird.
That is 100% what happens
at the end of. You fist fight the Pope
in Brotherhood. That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, the Ezio trilogy is legit. Don't.
It is.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Isn't that its own reward?
It didn't Black Flag. You were like in like a faux Ubisoft studio, like.
Yes.
I've been saying the series has been kind of dumb.
Oh, it went so dumb after Black Flag.
The series got dumb when they refused never mind.
I'm sorry, I forgot that Black Flag had that whole thing where like Abstergo was Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Dude, some of the shit I hear, like, because who is it? It's like some podcast. Oh, I think it's Vinny from like former Giant Bomb, Nextlander. He plays like all these Assassin's Creed games, and then he gets into the DLC. And some of the places the story goes on, like the modern Assassin's Creed games, is like the most insane shit. Like fucking, like absurd. Like I had no idea it kept getting bizarre. Of like
at this point though, they've dropped it altogether.
Immortality and it's so weird.
They've dropped it altogether at this point. Like Assassin's Creed Shadows has quite literally
Shadows abandoned it, but it was around before though. Before
I know,
that,
and
right?
I'm still pissed because I think the series as a whole would have been divisive but more interesting had they stuck to their guns.
Yes,
that, but like it was there. It was there like up until Shadows.
No, dude. After
3,
before Black,
which
after
they had,
3,
that's when it just started going
pivoting
downhill.
away from it.
Literally in Unity, there is no content whatsoever in the future stuff except for voiceover work. Like there's nothing you do in the modern day after that. Like
I think it's lame. I think they lost their creative integrity when they started.
But the thing is
changing the story they were telling because
I mean, Ubisoft and creative integrity is
sure that's true. That is,
but like in Mirage, like they were. So there is a cut ending to Mirage that you can access in the code, in which there is that future stuff happening. Like there's an epilogue narrative moment in which it's a fly around of the map. And it's them talking about like a transmitter tower, like a modern day transmitter tower. And it's basically implying that the series is going like several hundred years into the future.
From modern day?
From modern day, yes.
Ah, that's crazy.
So it's like the Animus is looking back at modern day stuff.
What happened there?
Well, they cut that ending, and who the fuck knows? I don't know.
They fucking lost their nerve. They put out too many of those damn surveys, and then they were like, "Well, we got to scrap everything because the internet's angry and loud."
Wasn't that crazy in Black Flag? How like every time you completed a mission, they were like, "How would you rate that mission from 1 to 10?"
Yeah, that was in response to the negative backlash they got from the Assassin's Creed 3 ending. Oh,
remember how much we hated Assassin's Creed at the time that we were like, "Well, this is actually better than what they've been doing." Like,
it is such a they let people they let the audience like have too much actual involvement in like I don't know. It's such a mess now. It's such a fucking mess. It makes me depressed. Okay.
Yeah.
Crispy.
Yeah.
Your 4-player minute, your final thoughts. Yeah,
Did I? Okay, so I think I talked about when we were doing trailer talk, but that doesn't count. So I'll go ahead and talk about it here. I've played like 30 hours of Mountain Blade in the last couple weeks.
What the fuck? I was not expecting that.
And not whatever that new expansion is. I haven't bought the new expansion that just came out.
The boats one, right?
Yeah, it's like sea combat, it's ships and stuff, but like all the reviews on the Steam page are like, this sucks actually. So I haven't played it. But I will say that like I forgot how cool Mountain Blade is. I forgot like as a like watch some Star Trek in the background and switch my brain off kind of game. It's incredible. Like it's real fun.
30 hours, huh?
I'm well, like
got lost in it.
Well, maybe not 30. That's a little bit of a crazy exaggeration, maybe.
A lot.
No, it was last 2 weeks has been okay. Yeah, it was exaggerated. Last 2 weeks has been 20 hours. But I have like 80 hours into a single save file that I've just been playing forever. So I have like money. I rule like half the continent, but I'm at war with a bunch of people. Like it's great. It's fucking great, man. You guys, Mountain Blade is pretty cool. That's all I wanted to say.
It is.
That's all I wanted to say.
Duly noted. You know what else was pretty cool, Crispy?
What?
Death Stranding 2 on the beach, which
Man,
I've been playing.
Let me tell you something about Death Stranding 2 on the beach. That game is pretty cool.
Dude,
where are you at this point?
Before Resident Evil came out, I was playing that pretty nonstop. So I'm now on chapter 9, I think. I'm probably somewhere in like the 40-hour range at this point. I still got a long way to go, and I'm still constantly. It's like so hard to focus in that game.
You're at the halfway point.
But like the story just keeps getting fucking crazier. Tomorrow just did her thing for like the first time, and I was like, oh shit, that was the coolest shit I've ever seen. And then I did the fucking the fight with the fucking red samurai, and fucking
dude. Yeah. Do you have the casket or the coffin yet?
I do. I don't quite understand it, or I don't like. I crafted one, and I was like, I don't know how to use this. I couldn't figure out how to use it. So I just stored it.
If you want,
figured out how to use it.
It wouldn't let me use it.
Well, you have to be in the network to use it.
Maybe I wasn't in the network when I tried.
You have to be in your so like later on, once you start connecting more areas, but you're doing a lot more like backtracking, especially like in the mountains or like by the big tar lake, like it becomes really useful. Yeah, dude. Oh, because it's a fucking surfboard.
It's a hoverboard.
Sick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try it again.
So sick, and you can get in it and hide, and you can burn bodies in it.
Dude, that game is so good. That game is so stupid good. And it's so batshit insane.
Is that your 4-player minute? Your 4-player minute about
Death Stranding, but also just wanted to quickly highlight there is some exciting stuff happening this month outside of Resident Evil, because I just bought the Fatal Frame 2 remake. I haven't played a Fatal Frame game in so fucking long, so I'm actually looking forward to going back and revisiting my favorite Fatal Frame game in a big way. And I'm starting to see hands-on previews of Crimson Desert, and guys, it's freaking me out. They're not
Dude, Crimson
sounding too
Desert's gonna be
negative.
so sick.
Dude,
It sounds
it's gonna be like a Dragon's Dogma 1 situation where
It's I don't know. I just saw a thing where like I don't know,
parentheses positive.
Someone
It's
was
gonna be
interviewing-
jank as shit, but there's gonna be a lot of charm, I
The
think.
dev
like-
was like, "No, it's not too good to be true. We've been working on it for a really long time. We just showed it too early. That's all." Like,
But like the hands-on previews I was reading today, I was like, nobody's here saying anything about jank. And I'm like,
oh,
are they
yeah,
leaving it out? Are they just skipping over
isn't-
that part? Or
this
like
isn't a Western developed game. This is a Eastern
No,
developed
no,
game.
no, no, no. There's gonna be some fucking jank, dude.
there's
This
well, there's
isn't,
always
this isn't Europe, Nick. Like,
It's
there's
K-jank.
fine.
It's K jank.
there is
K-jank.
always going to be jank
I don't
in
think
open
there
world
is such a
games.
thing. What is K-jank?
Usually,
What?
like of the
What
MMO
is it?
variety.
Is that
What are you
Korean jank? Is that what you're saying?
Of course.
Yeah. What
What
does
is-
K stands for, bro?
I'm just saying this hands-on previews have been really positive, and nobody has really said anything about how like it runs bad or anything. And I'm like, what the
No, no, no.
they
People
are-
saying it runs pretty well, actually. But like
Which
on
is-
PC, on PC,
on PC?
See,
which
like-
I'm still
like-
kind
like-
of
Korean
unsure.
developers, they aren't like console developers first. I feel like they're PC developer first, or maybe mobile
'Cause
phone.
they
But like I'm
develop
saying,
for
like
mobile.
they've been doing fucking MMOs since the beginning of time. Fucking
They figured
Lineage,
out-
man. It's
This is like what I was talking about, that one thing, saying like how they figured out how to make PC games look good long before we did, because they didn't have a console cycle. Like,
that makes
Well,
sense.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
logically that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just pointing out there's a few things to be excited for in the month of March. And then
Dude.
April is also going to be a pretty exciting month too. So lots of cool stuff.
Desert like next week?
The end of the month. It's like I think it's the 27th. I think
Are you
maybe I'm
shitting
wrong.
me?
I could be wrong.
Shitting me? I don't think it is, dude.
Oh fuck! Don't
Crimson
tell me this.
Desert.
out
What the fuck
soon.
is this?
I thought it was
comes
the end of
out-
the month.
No, enter a valid date of birth. Fuck you. Oh my god.
Hold on.
1919. March 19th.
Okay, so I wasn't
So
exactly right, but I was close.
2 weeks from today.
That's
oh shit.
pretty fucking close.
Oh shit. What is? Oh no, I'm seeing a new trailer I've never seen before. What's going on? Oh god, it looks so good.
The control
Yeah,
scheme is insane, I hear. But like, you know what? Like I said about Monster Hunter, that's a weird ass
Like-
fucking control scheme.
Like insane, like it's gonna take a long time to learn it, but then
Yes.
it'll let you do
Yeah, it's
crazy
gonna
things.
be weird. But man, I'm getting kind of excited, man. This is not a game I expected to be excited for, but like I'm 2 weeks out and I'm kind of like, okay, I hope this game slaps because I feel like I need this guy. Oh, that's what I was reading a hands-on preview today. I read like 2 hands-on previews today, and one person was like, exploring the world of Crimson Desert reminded me of what it felt like to exist in the world of Red Dead Redemption 2. And I was like, those are the fucking magic words.
Oh, they just wrote that
me.
just for you.
They wrote that for me. I hope
This is
that's not
Red Dead, dude. This is Dragon's Dogma, man. You need to stop.
We'll see. We'll fucking see. We'll
Armor
fucking
core.
see. We'll fucking
Armor
see.
core,
All right,
what'd you
guys.
say?
Mechs.
That
It has
is-
mechs.
It does have mechs. It has everything. It's a game that has everything. I'm sure there's like a jetpack in there somewhere.
Oh,
Anyways,
it'd be
guys,
so funny. Oh.
that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you so much to those of you who tuned in to watch us live. Of course, if you want to subscribe to the show, these episodes drop on Monday mornings at 8 a.m. On your preferred podcast service, so please do that. Of course, please go check out our new website at 4playernetwork.com. And if you're not a part of our Discord, we'd love to have you there. It's discord.gg/4player. We will be back next week to talk about more video games on Thursday night. Until then, be good to each other, play video games, and good night.